Today, hi. Today, I have to talk about. It's just full. Just take your pick. Um, so many people right now. You got your highs and your lows. You got your ups and your downs. I mean, as far as spirit wise, what you're feeling. You're feeling good, and you're feeling defeated. Feeling good. Oh, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Oh, and then you're feeling, oh, he's not coming. I got to do this. Okay. Then you got everybody second guessing themselves. Get everybody thinking, I'm not going to get to go. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not, I'm not good enough. So, what he's looking for is not me. I don't qualify. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. You know what? None of us qualify. None of us are good enough. None of us. None. If it wasn't for God's grace and mercy, if it wasn't for Jesus coming as God in the flesh, dying, taking that punishment, taking all of our sins, dying on that cross, and shedding his just pure innocent blood, and when he was on the cross, he was full of our sins. You know that. Do you understand that? When he died, when he took on the sins of the world, think about this. There had to be a time there, brief, nanosecond, right? Nanosecond. That God, his Father, our Father, Abba, who sits on the throne, had to turn his face away from his son. You understand that? God had to turn his face away from our precious Jesus, his precious son, because he carried the sins of the world. God couldn't look upon him. You know that? You know that? So Jesus, he took those. I'm just so emotional. I don't know where that came from. Woohoo! He couldn't look at his son. Do you get that? Do you get really what he did for us? Do you really get what he took every sin upon himself, and he had absolutely no sin whatsoever? None. None. None of us are good enough. All of us are flawed. We can walk. We can walk that walk. When I say walk the walk and talk the talk, I mean that. But it's not perfect. It's not a perfect walk, and it's not a perfect talk, because there is no perfection here on this earth until we get there. We walk in the Spirit of the Lord. We walk in God's Holy Spirit, that is in us. And we strive each and every day to walk that narrow path, okay? And we go, but there's slips there. There's ice there. There's a little bit of, ice at times, and we fall. But it's like that figure skater that hit the wall today in the Olympics. How long did you lay on that ice before you got up and realized the big picture of it all and what you had to do? He knew he could lay there and cry and whine and boo-hoo, or he could get up and show everybody what he was made out of. What he had worked so hard for all those years on that path he was on to make it to that point. It's the same thing. When we fall, we can fall and lay there and think about how hard we just hit. What a big disappointment we are. Because you don't even tell me that poor kid didn't feel absolutely like he was this major disappointment today. So when we fall on our walk, on our narrow path, you can, okay, yeah, you want to lay there and talk about what a big old disappointment you are, because you didn't get up, or you didn't get up in time, or you didn't finish, or whatever, or maybe that's your 10th fall on the ice. I keep saying this. It's no great surprise who he's coming for. Do you think he not knows you? Do you think he does not know you by now? Do you? You know inside if you have God's Spirit in you. You can pretend all you want, but you know. You know, you know, you know. You think he's just going to play with you? Just let you have a little bit of it and walk away? Then you don't know him. You don't know him. You know? He's not like that. So we're gonna slip sometimes. You know? But it's when you get up, how hard you work, you know, to keep on your feet, to not let those major falls against the wall occur. The stronger you are, the more you practice, the what you put into it, it pays off because you fall less and less. You understand? You hold your footing stronger, longer. You don't slide as much. You don't slide as hard. And then when you do slide, you're not down there for a long time. You're not down there trying to find your footing. Pop right back up. Just keep going. You understand? You know, it's what you got to learn to do. You know, we know when these things happen. There's no perfection on this earth. That's why we're refined. We're refining. He refines us. Okay? There's no perfection yet. I don't care what anybody says. No perfection yet. You know, we try our very, very best. You know, we get up and we give it to him. That's why he's got his eye on us. That's why he says, come to me, stay with me, look to me. You know, because he knows we can't do it on our own. We can't. If you're expecting to do it on your own, I don't know what to say. You know, you can't do it. When you fall, we all do. We all do. But you know, this kid today, it's the Olympics. It's do or die for him, okay? He's either going to be remembered for the guy that didn't get up and finish the dance, or exactly what he was remembered for today. The guy that hit the wall so hard, hit the ice so hard, but through it, whatever, through the pain, injury, whatever, he got up and he finished it. He finished it, you know, because he knew how hard he trained and walked and did all that stuff to get there. Okay? So, same thing with us. You know? You get to a point. Not everybody's at the same place. You know, okay, you got a bride here, but not everybody is equally yoked in that group. He doesn't expect anybody to be. You know, because not everybody's the same. Not everybody's the same. Everybody's made differently. Everybody learns differently. Everybody has a different role. Everybody was made for a different purpose, special purpose. We might, you know, it's the body of different parts, you know? That's what we are. So some brides are not gonna have that solid footing that they think they see in others. Okay? And then others, you know, may not have the just the whatever that the other one doesn't have. Okay? But it's what you do until he gets here in that. It's recognizing it. Okay? It's recognizing it. And it's learning every day. It's when you see the ice, first of all, on your path, it's your judgment how you cross it. Okay? If you're careless, you know, you don't have the right footing to go across that. If you if you are afraid because you don't think you're capable of crossing that patch of ice, okay? But then you see somebody, you know, who has that solid footing, who's been on a few pieces of ice, you know, in the past. They kind of know how to maneuver their footing across that ice to make sure it doesn't make them stumble, doesn't make them fall, doesn't make them slip. Doesn't mean that it happens all the time. Doesn't mean it. The best skaters in the world have falls, right? But it's being aware of where that ice is, and the danger of it, and what it can cause and what it can do. And it's knowing the direction around it or through it, you know. But you can't do it. You know, you can't do it unless you know those things. If you go into it, you know, without any experience, okay, you're gonna keep sliding back. You know, Do you understand what I'm saying? Understand? But it's okay, because he knows who are more experienced and less experienced. But we're in the same group. We're in the same group. He knows who needs a little more coaching, who needs a little bit more teaching, okay? And then maybe who can, you know, maybe slide across this certain piece of patch of ice. You can't get cocky where you think you just can, no, because that's when you surely hit the wall and fall. But the fact is that you're willing to learn, and you stay learning, okay? You know, you go to your coach. You go to your coach and you say, what did I do wrong? How did I fall on that? You know, what was my footing like? What can I do next time to make sure I don't do that again? You know? And his coach tells him, because that's what coaches are for. That's what Jesus does. Okay? That's what Jesus does. So when you start backpedaling, because you're, you just, it's we all know we're in the season. We all know we're in the season. And all these things are coming out. All of them. All these emotions and action, and just everything. Understand what I'm saying? Gotta hone it in. Gotta calm down. Gotta hone it in. We're gonna have those ice patches. Okay? Hopefully, they're very, very few. Very light, you know, almost melted. And hopefully most of them, you know, we can skate over with the help of our coach. But if you don't sit there and just lay on the ice, okay? Don't, because you're gonna miss, you know, you're gonna miss the whole point of it. You're gonna miss the whole point of it. You're gonna feel defeated. You're gonna feel like you were never good enough to be in that competition. You're never good enough to be in that arena, good enough to be on that ice in the first place. And that's just not true. That's just not true. See how that stuff comes in? You just got to get up and say, oh man, okay, I'm so sorry, Lord, I'm so sorry. You know, and recognize why you fell. Recognize what allowed you to fall. What didn't you see? What did you do? You know, because obviously there was something out of motion, out of place. And you go to him and you say, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand that, or I wasn't listening, or I tried to do it without your guidance and your advice. Can you forgive me, please, so I don't do that again? I want to learn. I want to know. I want to be better. You know, I want, you know, I want you to know that you're a good teacher, you know, and I love you, and how much you've taught me, and I know that you're right, you know, and I know that you can show me. You understand? I'm using the parable here, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Don't start beating yourself up, okay? Don't do it. Please don't do it. If you know, people, again, I already talked about this a couple times, but I'm going to talk about it again because it's an issue. People, they don't understand. They don't understand why. They don't understand why. Just why. Why? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I so unloved? Why? Why did I go through that? Why did I experience that? Why didn't God do something? You know, I don't care. You know, you go in this faith, you go and you get strong and you get strong and you get strong, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, why? 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 Well, you know what? I'll tell you why. Because he knew you could handle it, okay? He knew you could handle it. He knew what the end is going to be, the end result's going to be, and we don't. And that's why we ask why. Oh my gosh, whys will ruin your life. Whys will ruin your life. Okay? Whys will keep you feeling unloved instead of knowing you are loved and finding that ultimate love. Okay? When you keep asking why, it keeps you feeling unloved. When you ask why things happen over and over and over and over, okay, guess what? You never step out to find that answer. You just keep staying in that, okay? Because every single thing that happens to you, you put in sequence, okay? You put on that God hates me list is what you do. You do. You put on that God hates me list. Why list? You can't think like that, okay? You can't think like that. He refines the ones he loves. He sends them through multiple fires. He sends them through multiple trials, multiple tests. It is not for us to question why. It's not. You know, we all do it. We all do it. I was a crybaby. Remember I told you I was just crying all the time. Why? Didn't do nothing for me. Didn't do nothing. So you know what? I had to go. Who's going to answer that for me here? Who? So why am I saying it? Why? I mean, why? Why am I saying it? Because nobody down here has got the whys. So you know what I did? I'm telling you, quit asking it. And I went to the one who could tell me. The one who knew. The one who could answer me. Answer did not come overnight. So if you're expecting that instant, quick fix, gratification thing, not going to happen. Could happen, not saying it won't. Because you know, he works miracles. And I'm sure some, absolutely. But mine wasn't. You know, but see, I had to lay everything down and I charged after him. I ran after the heart of God. You know, almost 10 years ago now. Yes, I thought I knew him before. Yes, I thought I was a Christian before. Yes, I thought just as everybody else does. Okay? Couldn't understand it. And I know you don't either, because you think, I got a good heart. I'm good. I do good things for everybody, but it just poops all over me. You know? Well, yeah. That's the way most of it is. That's the way it is. Because we do have that good heart. Okay? You understand? We do have that good heart. And that's why that happens. That's why it happens. God allows it to happen. You know, because that's who he made us to be. That's who he made us to be. He gave you. Do you understand what a heart he gave you? If you're a pushover, I know, kind of, there's both ways, but if you're a pushover and you have a good heart and a caring heart, you know, and just can't treat people like that, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. blessing. God gave you a, you're the heart. You're the kind of heart he's pleased in. You're the kind of heart that he searches for. And you're the kind of heart that he dwells in. And whether you know it or not, you're the kind of heart that judges other hearts. Okay? And you feel like you get walked on all the time and used all the time, and just every bad person in the world, you know, is front and center in your life, or has been throughout your life. You know, God's placed you there because he draws out the true colors and the true cracks in those hearts. You understand that? Big old fat check marks go by their names. You're a tool. He uses you as a tool. Do you understand that? The gravity of that? Do you understand the gravity of that? Do you understand how you'll be so rewarded, even though you can't imagine it? You will. Absolutely will. You know? He's used you as a mercy tool. Did they show mercy to you? Were they kind to you? You were kind to them. You loved them. You showed them compassion. You showed them all the good. What did they show you? Do they show it in return? Do they give it in return? Check marks. She used you as a mercy tool. Woo! Understand? So you got to stop. You got to stop thinking that God doesn't care about you, or God doesn't love you, you know, or God hates you, or and you just stop it. You got to start marching and say, hey, I'm a mercy tool, okay? Or, you know, you just have to know you're loved. You have to, and you know this, okay? That's another thing is, this keeps coming up and up and up and up, and you're allowing that because you're trying to figure it out. Again, you're trying to make sense of it all. You can't. You can't. Okay? So you're going to take so many steps back, okay, instead of going forward, because again, it's a faith thing. Okay? Just have a faith that he's got it and he knows. And if he has, and if you want the answers, if you want him to give you the answers, you know, or at least an understanding of how it works, okay, lay it all down and run after him. Run after the heart of God. Okay, run after him, because that's what you have to do. You know, I mean, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day, all day. He's the only one who has answers, and he will tell you. He will tell you. Those that he has a great plan for, okay, in his kingdom are in the time to come, right? He puts you through those fires, through those trials, through those situations. First of all, there's something in you that needs to be strengthened, okay? There's something there that he's building, you understand? And it's stuff we don't see, okay? Maybe things that he wants out of us, a certain habit that we've got, our trait, or something that he doesn't want in us. He doesn't want us to do. He doesn't want us to think that way. He doesn't want us to go in that direction. Something he is stopping us from watering, okay? And watering not in a good way. I mean, it's just, he doesn't, so he makes us learn these lessons, okay? So in the future, hopefully, when that trial wants to come again, we have enough sense and understanding to go, oh, wait, no, not going there. See? Keeps you from that, right? You've learned. Just so pleasing to him. So this, and it's baby steps, okay? But all those things, that's why he allows it. So he toughens our skin, he refines our vessel, because we don't know his great plans. We don't, but they're great. So what he's going to use us for, we have to be strong. And whatever those lessons that in trials he put us through in the testing, we're going to use to save souls. Okay? Our testimony, whatever we've experienced, gotten pretty good at experiencing that. We're pretty, kind of like professionals in that situation. You're going to use it. You're going to use it to help others. But it's your college. I don't know what else to say. It's your college. It's your college education. That's what he did. But he gave you heavenly, God's education. You have to understand that, okay? Whatever was taken for you will be given. Oh, tenfold. Understand that too? You're not going up there empty. You're not going up there empty. It's got so much planned. But you got to stop. You got to stop and understand, okay? Many things that we've walked through in the past, we opened doors. Allowance was given, and for doors to be open, for the enemy to come in, it's a Job thing. We walked through. So for that time, we had a testing. We had a trial. Okay? God allowed it. And when that period was done, when he saw that we learned, knew we were remorseful, knew that we had understanding, knew we weren't going to go back there again, whatever it was that we needed to know, pick a reason. There's a zillion. He moved us. He moved us out of that wilderness at that time. He put you in the wilderness, going around the mountain, going around the mountain, going around the mountain, going around the mountain. How many times are you gonna go around the mountain got to get off of it sometimes. So he lets you experience that wilderness until you get that till you pass that course. Put it that way, until you pass that course. Okay? So he moves you on. But through this whole time, this whole walk, our whole life, because we're not perfect, we slide on the ice. So, okay, well, while they're there, I'm just going to have to show them this one too. Okay? But he's always got you. He's always got you. You understand? Many reasons. But whatever the enemy has meant for bad, God always turns around to good. Always turns around to good. So he allows that time in the wilderness. So you learn. He has to. And some that are just defiant. Some that are just, it's that stubborn kid. No matter what, he just knows it all. He's going to do it on his own. And as a parent, you got to sit and watch it. But you're like, well, you know what? He's going to fall enough times. He'll turn and realize, that he can't do that. Or, how his kids, they touch the stove, enough times they'll realize that it's hot, and then they'll quit burning themselves. Think God don't say the same thing? Okay? So some of them that are stubborn and defiant, and no matter what, they go years and they're still the same way, he'll let them go. But keep putting them through those same things, because at some point in time, they're going to realize, okay, they're going to realize being stubborn ain't going to cut it. They don't have all the answers. It's not always going to be their way, and that somebody else needs to show them. That's why he allows a lot of things. But if he hasn't stepped into somebody's life like that, he's just watching them. He's just letting them. He's giving them the online courses, let's just say. I mean, he's giving them a lesson. He's just going to let them keep bumping their head right into that wall over and over and over until they have enough knots on there. Well, now he'll come in and he'll show them. He'll show them, because now maybe they're going to listen to him, But he has to He has to get you. It's not about us. It's about him and his will, his way. You know, he's God, and he's got a plan. And this is what people don't realize. He's got a specific position, strategic position for everybody. Everybody. You know, and that's what we don't get. We just keep asking why. Well, you know, you have to quit asking why. And you know, you just have to see. You have to know. You can't lose it. You can't, you know, you can't. You have to understand. And you want to know, then chase the heart of God. So I went straight. I didn't leave him alone. I didn't leave him alone. You know, every day. Boom. Talk about that next. But hope this helped. Love you. See you soon.